Tom Bashir's back here again with two valued alumni, and they're legacy from the same family. So welcome. Thank you so much for being with us.
Well, thank you. I love doing this.
Well, good. So I'm going to ask you the same questions. So I'd like to hear from both of you,
Okay.
and we'll go with you first. What initially drew you to Marymount?
Okay. All right. So I had 12 years of Catholic education. My parents wanted me to continue that. It was an all-girl high school, so they wanted me to go all-girl college. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so my father was like, I'm not paying for 4 years if you don't know what you want to do. So anyway, found Marymount, came to visit, fell in love with it. So That's basically how I wound up here.
So that's been a common theme as I've talked to various alumni. Came here, saw it, fell in love with it. Kristen, I'll ask you the same question.
Well, it's funny because I originally was planning on going to the College of Charleston and doing marine biology. And I kind of had my heart set on that. And we went and visited the college and everything, but it was far away. It was 9 hours away. And then they said, you're going to have to be out on a boat for like a month and do all this stuff, out on the ocean. And I thought, oh, boy.
She wanted to be a marine biologist.
And I found out I got seasick. So I said, I don't think that's going to work. So my mom said, well, why don't you go look at Marymount? And I thought, I don't want to go where you went. She said, just go look at it. Okay. So I said, okay, I'll go look at it. And I got here and I thought, oh. And my mom goes, what about nursing? And I thought, oh, wow, okay. Yeah, I could be a nurse. And I got in the program and I loved it. I mean, I really loved it.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. It's interesting. I remember my older brother and sister went off to schools. They didn't have big football programs. So my mom's one condition to me was go to a school with a big football program. I didn't do that either. But anyways. So you guys obviously went to Marymount at different times.
Right.
But looking back on your experiences here, talk to me about your fondest memories of your time here as a student.
I think probably lifelong enduring friendships. There are 4 girls that I went to school with here. Mm-hmm. We are friends today, even though 2 are in California, but 2 are in D.C. So I'm lucky for that. Mm-hmm. But we just had so much fun. Marymount had a sponsored trip, spring break, to Nassau and the Bahamas. So we went on that, and they had a sponsored a ski trip to Lake Placid, and we just had so much fun together.
These trips were your time here as a student?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
These were breaks.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So, it was great. Yeah.
So what about you?
I was telling my mom, one of the fondest memories I have was I used to live in College Hall, which is now, I guess, Butler Hall over there, and we lived on the 2nd floor. And it was all girls, and Sister Magella Berg lived on our hall, at the end of our hall.
Oh, wow.
And I said to my mom, I don't know how she did it, because you have 2 floors of girls running and screaming and yelling up and down the halls all the time, music playing loud. I don't know how she did it, but not once did she come out and yell at us, and she was always smiling at us and waving, and I thought, wow. But I thought it was so neat that she lived on our floor, too, you know.
Neat.
And she would come out every once in a while and talk to us, and we would get together in the little rooms and, cook or, watch movies and stuff, and she would come in and say hi and talk to us. And I always thought that was so cool, She was just a part of it,
Well, those are the kind of interactions that really stick with you for the rest of your life. And you think about how the different people handle themselves, and you take the lessons from that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that's wonderful. So how, you've kind of alluded to it a little bit already, but how did your time at Marymount really set you up for the rest of your life for your career?
Well, first of all, this was a 2-year all-girls school. So I wanted to go to 4 years, so I wound up at American University. So they really prepared me, for that. And also, at that time, you have to remember, 66, women, they were nurses, secretaries, or teachers, pretty much.
Right.
And my goal, as my friends is to get a job and make money. I don't care what I do. I'll just, and I was in Washington. And the other thing they prepared me for was I was always told by my cousin Eddie, that if I went to
There's a
Marymount,
joke there, but we'll save
Yeah.
that for later.
Cousin Eddie.
Yeah.
cousin Eddie, who went to Georgetown,
Uh-huh.
said you must go to Marymount because then you'll marry a boy from Georgetown. And guess what?
You did.
52 years later,
Oh,
I have my
congratulations.
Georgetown boy.
Congratulations. Wonderful. So, Kristen, what about you?
Being in the nursing school, I have to say I've seen a lot of nursing programs, and Marymount had one of the best programs, I think, because they really prepared me for what I was getting into. And what their program does is right from the beginning and the start, the first couple weeks you're in clinical, and they start you off like on the 4th week, and you're in the hospital right then and there, and I think it helps because it helps people realize if it's something they really want to do, because
Sure.
they have to get in there and see it.
Mhm.
And if they can get in there and see it and they say, oh, maybe this isn't exactly what I want to do,
Sure.
And
No,
I
it's
think
great.
it really helped me solidify the fact that this is what I really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to help people. I really want to make people better.
Kind of ignites the passion.
Yeah. And there was a lot. It definitely, we lost a couple people in the first couple weeks, and
Mhm.
they were like, no, this isn't what I want to do.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I think that really helped. They have a good nursing program.
So thinking kind of now, both as alumni, and you're obviously involved as a member of our alumni advisory board, so
yes,
we
I
certainly
was very
appreciate
happy
that.
about that.
But what motivates you to be involved with Marymount now as alumni?
Well, first of all, it's easy. It's close by.
Mhm.
Yeah, I live in Virginia, so. But I'll tell you what, Tom. Marymount is like a friend who's been around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I just look back on those years, and I respect the traditions and the ethics and the values I learned at Marymount. I use for the rest of my life. I'll never lose that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Marymount is still very traditional, and I just love the school
Mm-hmm.
and everything about it.
Good.
Yeah.
Kristen, what about you?
I think it's a lot of fun to stay involved with the school.
Mhm.
We come to the fashion show every year. We do. And we invite some friends with us, and we come to that every year, and we go to some dinners and things. But I think it really, helps me kind of still be a part of it.
Sure.
I really like being a part of it still as an alumni.
Well, it's funny. You have interesting, conversations with students, and before they graduate, you say enjoy these last few weeks because this is the last time you're ever going to be together as a class.
Yeah.
You'll never for the rest of your life,
Right.
and so those lifelong friendships that are established, and I think that's wonderful. Last question I'm going to ask to both of you.
Okay.
So, if you had an opportunity to talk to a few Marymount students today who are either getting ready to graduate or getting close, what kind of advice would you give them?
Ooh, that's kind of a tough one, or a multi-answer. I would just go say, follow your dream. What you want to do and pursue it. You've got a great background, and it should give you a lot of confidence.
Mhm.
But above all, remember to have fun,
Sure.
because that's just life, and that's what you want to pursue besides your dream. Is is to have fun.
Okay. Kristen?
Yeah, I would have to agree with Maureen on what she says because, have fun, and you've got a great background, with a great school, and you're, this is it. So you might as well make the most of it and enjoy it,
Excellent. Yeah, I think very, very well said. And thank you to both of you.
Oh,
Oh,
I appreciate your
very,
time
very
today.
welcome.
I look forward to working with you as we
Uh,
ramp things up. We've got a lot of work ahead of us. I hope you're
I
ready.
know. Oh, I'm
I hope
ready.
you're ready.
I'm ready, Tom.
She's always ready.
Well, wonderful. So, well, again, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And
Thank you, Tom.
we'll see you around campus.
Okay, great.
All right.
Okay,
Great.
thank you,
Thank you.
Tom.
Yep.